So it's Sunday night. No, excuse me. It's Saturday night as I record this video. And I'm in the middle of kind of picking back up this habit or process. It's not really a super ingrained habit yet, which is part of why I want to make this video, of planning my days and my weeks strategically using this system inside Notion, which I've talked about briefly before. I called it, what did I call it before? Life goals, but I call it timeline breakdown now. It's the same thing. I just changed the name. But I want to show you kind of what I'm thinking as I walk through this, and kind of I'm picking this back up, what's going through my head. And I want to walk you through the process. We're going to go through it together. So it's Saturday night, and you can see there are no priorities listed. There are no bonus goals listed. And that's because I didn't use this system at all. And so the days are outlined because I had done that previously, but I didn't make a plan for either of these days, yesterday, Friday, or today, Saturday. And that's fine. That happens sometimes. I get busy. On these two particular days, I'm just doubling at one of my jobs. And so I didn't really have a whole lot of time to do much other than working those jobs. And so I don't really have any personal objectives outside of that. And that's excuse enough for me to not necessarily plan the goals for those days. It is true that I have some time in the mornings before going to work that I could have used in order to get some things done. And so ideally I'm using this system every day anyway. But the point is, it's not absolutely the end of the world if I don't. Slips of discipline happen. You get busy, things happen. But anyway, it's Saturday now, and I'm planning for the next day. So the first thing I do is I cross out these days that hadn't been crossed out either. And you can do that by highlighting them and clicking strike through, or you can simply do Control-Shift-S to strike them out. And then I want to start thinking forward. That is the habit that we want to make, that we want to get ourselves into the habit of, is thinking moving forward. Doesn't matter what happened yesterday or what today brought forth. Moving forward is the only thing that we're I was going to say condemned. That's kind of a negative word. We are required to continue to move forward. It's going to happen regardless of if we're ready or not. So we might as well get in the habit of it. So I open up Sunday and I start to just think through my day. Like, what has already been planned? I've already been in contact with my mother. This is, again, before coming back to this system. I had already been texting my mom and talking with her about this old armoire. I'm upgrading from one to a different one in my guest bathroom for sake of my Airbnb guests / live-in tenants or live-in housemates. And again, that's house hacking, something else that I've discussed on this channel. And I'm doing that. I've already contacted her and everything. So I've already arranged that without necessarily needing this system. And I guess I just say that to say, like, just because you're not using the system doesn't mean that you can't do stuff. Doesn't mean you can't get stuff done. It's just a lot more effective if you clarify and you simplify what are the most important things that you want to get done every single day. And planning that ahead of time will dramatically accelerate the rate at which you're moving forward toward those things that you want. And you'll see what I mean by that a little more here in a bit. But anyway, we got help my mom move that old armoire because she's going to take it, and the old TV, which used to be theirs, and then I used it for a while. And anyway, I'm getting off track a little bit. Mowing the backyard and clearing the siding of wasp nests. I'll show you how I arrived at those two tasks. Before I came to this system, this is where things get interesting. Before I looked at this and started to fill it out, this I already knew, right? I told you I've already been in contact with my mother. That's already something that I had ironed out without needing this system in place. But with respect to my other priority tasks, the mowing of the backyard and the clearing of the siding of my house of wasp nests, neither of those things were really on my radar. Those were not on my mind at all day. and neither were they when I first sat down to look at this system. The reason they're there now is because as I was filling this out, I zoomed out. And what I mean by that is I scrolled up. First, I looked at all my weekend goals, which again, because I haven't been using this in the last handful of days or weeks, it's empty. So nothing's there. Okay, that's fine. So I scroll up a little bit more. I zoom out a little bit more, and I come up to August. August is the next largest scope of perspective. I started the day, right? And then you go to the week or the weekend, and now we're at the monthly level. And I take a look and I see what are the goals that I outlined for myself for this month. Well, at that time, I did have some goals for myself. These were my priority goals. These ones and these ones on the right side here. I did not mean to move that. And then these were my bonus goals. And you can see that all of my priority goals for the most part have been completed, which is incredible. It's nice to look back and see that I've actually how much I've completed. It doesn't in the moment you don't realize how much you're getting done if you don't give yourself this chance to review just how much you are getting done. It's pretty cool to see like these were all priority goals. And now we're only about halfway through August and I still have remaining time. I have half the month still, and I can move on for the most part to my bonus goals. However, I led with telling you I was going to share with you how I arrived at mowing the backyard and clearing the siding of nests. Well, as you can now see, when I zoomed back out and I looked at my August goals, I saw, mowing the backyard and clearing the siding of nests. Both of those things are things I could probably do in one day, and that day probably I could fit it into a part of the day after helping my mom with the armoire and the old TV tomorrow. So I might as well put them tomorrow. If I come back up and I see this third priority, have Four Corners fix the siding, that's a local company I've been told can help me with the siding that's broken currently around my house. That is something that I'm not probably going to be able to do or take the next step toward doing tomorrow, because tomorrow is Sunday and on Sundays they're probably going to be closed. And so instead, I'm still walking through my process, right? I write down these priority goals, but then I realize, that's that next priority of August of contacting them is probably not something I can do on Sunday. So instead, I zoom out, but in a different direction and in a different way, and that is to the future. I look and I see, what about next week? Well, next week, I don't have anything lined out. Yeah, I didn't, at least, right, while I was walking through this. And so I start by saying, contact Four Corners about fixing the siding. This is my process. Nothing's here nothing is here. And so this is the first thing that I write is contact Four Corners. And then since I'm here in this next week anyway, I start to think, okay, what else do I need to do this week upcoming? So I zoom out again in the opposite direction back to where I'm looking at the whole month. And I'm like, I zoomed out further and I went all the way to the summer. So now we're not at the monthly level anymore. Now I zoom out and I look at the entire summer. What is it that I want to focus on? I look and I see my next priority goal is begin phase 3. That is phase 3 of my bathroom renovation project. This is actually a link to a whole series of checklists where I've been experimenting with breaking down the entirety of large projects like an entire bathroom renovation. It's just to keep all this information organized. That's what this channel is all about. we're not even going to go there in this video. It'd be a whole thing on its own, but just, get ready, get excited for future videos to discuss that further. But anyway, I'm zoomed out. I'm looking at my summer goals, and I see begin phase 3 is the very next priority of things that I want to do. And I only have August left of the summer. So at that point, then I'm thinking, well, maybe I can consolidate this summer list down. And so I actually got rid of one of the line items here, and I could probably continue to do that, but I'm going to come back to where this thread started. I look at begin phase 3, and I see that that's the priority. I also, if you notice, beginning phase 3 is also this, installing new drywall. That's the first step of phase 3. Had we taken that link and seen, this is the first step of that. So they're both there in both the summer level and the August level. And now, so I look at that and I say, okay, this upcoming week then, one of my priorities is going to be to begin drywall. That's where it started. And then as soon as I wrote that down, I realized, oh, that's right. I had some potential flooding issues this past week, the last couple of days, and I hadn't written anything down. I hadn't really thought about the next steps. Well, I did, but anyway, as soon as I wrote this down, begin drywall, then I realized, oh, snap, I probably don't want to start drywall right away, because even though that is a priority, something has come up that if it turns out that it needs attention, then I need to address that before I put the drywall back up. And the reason is because if it turns out that there is some kind of a flooding issue with the foundation of my home, then while my walls are opened up, as they are right now, it makes more sense to address that while the walls are opened up, rather than to put back the drywall, ignoring this thing that has come up, this potential flooding issue, and then only having to, take out the walls again in order to address it at some future point. So I'm walking through this process. I've written down begin drywall, but now because something else has come up, this is not written down, and all I have to do is I put my cursor right before where I wrote it down, and I click enter in order to create a new line item, and in the correct position, right? I want it to be number 1 because it's something I want to do before drywalling, and that is to email Daniel, that's my plumber, to ask about the problem. Ask him about it and see, first of all, we need to diagnose what is the problem. And then I need to understand what are the next steps that I need to take. How much is it going to cost? Because that's going to also influence how long it's going to influence how long the overall project is going to take. Because if it costs a large amount of money, that's going to delay me spending any further money on drywall, for example, right? Because if I have to allocate money toward some kind of fixing of the foundation, then that's going to take away. I mean, I'm not going to have as much money yet for completing phase 2 or getting phase 2 started and so forth. So I wanted to show you in this video just kind of how the process has unfolded. I regret not having thought of beginning recording sooner. I could have walked you through as I was going through, although it might even be better that I showed you after the fact, because if I was trying to narrate while I was doing it, it would probably be a lot choppier, and I wouldn't have all these insights as I'm like walking through this. I'm kind of refreshing myself as to how this process works, and I'm not trying to explain it at the same time I'm walking through it. So maybe it's better this way anyway. But anyway, that is it for this video. I'm going to call it a night and get some rest. Thanks for watching. Until next week, my friends.